4:30, the meeting will come to order. Roll call.
Commissioner Bailey.
Here.
Commissioner Bunting.
Present.
Commissioner Gay.
Here.
Commissioner Sapsy.
Here.
Commissioner Owens.
Here. George, we get you to pray for us.
Bow your heads, please. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we just thank you for the day that you've given to us and the blessings in it. We ask, Father, continued prayers for our servicemen and women on overseas and at home. Also continued prayers for our first responders. We ask, Father, continued prayers for our farmers who they've just started in their fields, and hopefully, and with your help, they'll have a great harvest and safety's upon them. We ask, Father, that you be with us tonight through our deliberations for the folks of Gratiot County. For it's in the name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Minutes for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We don't have any additions or deletions.
I may have a deletion. So it's up to you guys, but Kim Van Hoos, our Register of Deeds, she wants to apologize. She's not going to be able to make it tonight because she had a conflict in her scheduling. She thought she could make it back, but she's not going to be here. So she wants to know if you'd rather bump this to next meeting for her to present it, or if you guys want to approve it without.
I don't have a problem approving it. I read it and I found out about it. I agree with it, so
So just leave it right
I
on.
think it should be left.
I think so too.
All right, so no deletion.
Where is?
Number one.
First thing on the.
Yeah, the number one thing.
Anybody got to declare a conflict of interest? How about brief public comment?
We need to approve.
We
the
got a
agenda.
vote, yeah, and a lot of things to vote on, yeah. I'll make a motion that we accept the agenda as presented.
Support by George, supported by Tim, to approve the agenda. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I was just trying to move this along.
I see.
Any declaration of conflicts of interest? Brief public comment on agenda items? Nope. Consideration of the consent calendar, but before we approve it, I need to take up 2A. For a formal notice of retirement from our treasurer. He's retiring on June the 30th. Okay, now, George.
I don't know if we want to accept it or not. You know, the board still has to accept it, you know.
That's
That's okay.
I move to accept the resignation.
But you know, I would support that, just for a good thing.
So you approve the minutes and accept the communications?
okay.
All right, Dave?
Yeah, want to vote on approving the consent calendar with the letter included. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Okay, administrators report.
It's just a few things for you tonight. You've got your next two policies, not six this time, but only two, to look at over the next couple of weeks. Now, they're only two, but they're pretty thick and they're pretty involved. So you probably spend about as much time on these as you would six. Anyway, the first one is for service animals, a service animal policy. We are required under the Americans with Disabilities Act to accommodate individuals with physical or mental disabilities so they may fully participate in what we offer as far as services are concerned. There's also a section in state statute that requires us to have a policy to do this. Now, what brought this up? About a week ago, we had a request in one of the courts for a service animal, and the question was, what's our policy? And looking through all the documents, there wasn't one. So That's what this is born out of. Everything that you see in here literally parrots what the statutes require us to do. I wanted to point one thing out to you, if for nothing else, for your amusement, on page 2, under the definition of a service animal, that means any dog or miniature horse that is individually trained to do work, to perform tasks that benefit the individual. That's written in the Michigan statutes. I suspect there's a story there somewhere. If we did end up with a situation with a miniature horse, we would probably accommodate by taking care of services outside the building as best we can, as opposed to having a horse.
You could always have a janitor on standby.
That would go without saying. Right. So seriously, a lot of what's in here really helps in terms of providing direction of what to do. What is a service animal? In my experience, yes, in about 2015, we had somebody bring an emotional support chicken to a board meeting. And there's a difference between an emotional support animal and a bona fide service animal. The chicken and its owner were dismissed and did not qualify. So this really helps in terms of a department in drawing that line as to what's acceptable and what isn't. So that's one that would be up for consideration at your next meeting. The other policy is the information technology policy draft. This has been reviewed by Matt as well, very comprehensive. I did mention at one of the prior meetings about that email policy that we just simply repealed. All of the email information is now part of this policy, along with all the other IT works that go on. So we took this out of the personnel manual, so it's a standalone policy. This isn't one that just only applies to non-unions. This would apply to everybody that's using county technology. Like I said, very comprehensive, and thank Matt for his input because I think it really strengthened it. And then finally, the last document I've got for you tonight, lo and behold, Commissioner Sopsey, we now have on paper the position allocation list. This is like the first step of the budget. We can't create a budget without knowing what personnel we have, in which departments, in which funds, what pay level they're on. Are they exempt from overtime standards or not? Are they an elected official? Or are they at will? This is a comprehensive list of everyone that's on the roster today. So it literally is the 2026 list. We'll obviously tweak this for 2027. And in case you're curious, 136 full-time equivalents who are literally full-time employees, 11.625 full-time equivalent part-time employees. These are permanent on the roster. What you don't have here is a list of seasonal employees. Of course, they fluctuate. We don't know who they are yet. So we don't even know, for instance, at Parks, where they would end up being. But those, again, we keep track of, as they occur. But these are your permanent employees. So a total of 147.625 full-time employees on the roster in our current budget. This has been cross-checked with the payroll, with what was done last year with the budget, and with other notes, and finally organized in one. There it is.
Thank you.
First budget document for 27. That concludes my brief report.
Okay. Steve.
Let's see. This meeting to Fulton Township on, our last meeting was on 21st. With Fulton Township, they had, they're in the process of doing some research on putting together a sewer authority, or I shouldn't say putting it together, researching whether or not a sewer authority board would work for the town, having an sewer authority board versus Fulton Township having sewer and Parrington having a portion of the sewer, like 23%, that the sewer authority board would oversee the entire thing. So they're researching that right now. And I know I did not go to the Parrington meeting last night because I was planning, but they actually talked, Fulton Township came and presented kind of some of their findings and stuff to them last night because I talked to one of their board members this evening. I had missed the meeting. Went to I missed the MAC conference because you were at that. Did talk to Tim about some of the things that he found out at the MAC conference, and Jan a little bit about what they found out at the MAC conference. So it sounded like it was a good conference, but they need to get it back, they need to get it back to the early part of April, not when I'm busy, so. And like I said, I didn't go to the Barrington meeting last night. I was planning, so. That's my report.
Dan, what have you got to report?
Okay, I did go to the conference and I did make a lot of notes. It's probably one of the most interesting conferences I've been to in a long time. I don't think I've missed any. I usually go to both conferences in the spring and in the fall. But one of the biggest things that they talked about, or one of the biggest concerns, was there's a huge short fund going into the next year. Actually, I think it starts now, doesn't it? I mean, we're in a short fund.
Yes, the state working on its 2027 budget, which starts October 1, but the legislature has their own self-imposed deadline of having it done by July 1st. So they're pretty well down the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's election year.
Yeah, but and it was very interesting. They talked about a lot of stuff. And one of the things, I think it's important that if the commissioners, Tim Gay and I both went, and our administrator, but if any of you others like George or Dave, even if you go for one day, it's really worth going to it. You're meeting people from other areas. They talk about what goes on in their county. And also you hear what's ahead of us. And I know that there is a shortage of money. It's been if you watch YouTube, there's quite a bit on there about money that's missing in a lot of our states. And so this is going to be a problem going into this new year. And then also I went to Bethany Township this last month. And and also I put the paperwork in here for MMR. We did have a meeting. I think I mentioned it to you. And what I usually try to do is make copies for the commissioners. And I didn't get around to it. So I gave it to Angie, our clerk, and she went ahead and put it in with our packet this time. So it's real interesting. It gives you an idea how many runs they have, the time that it takes them to get there, what the averages are. And so it's something you might want to look over for the commissioners. So that's about it.
Tim?
Well, I also went to the MAC convention, April 27th through the 29th. I talked to a lot of commissioners. Some asked about me, but they mostly talked about themselves. It's important to listen. That is why I spent so much money on hearing aids. I sat at a table full of Kent County people. They have, everybody sitting down, they have 21 county commissioners in a population of 760,000, and they're headed towards 1 million. That's the most you can have is 21. I learned a little bit about what a county commissioner can do and how to manage the workforce. We talked about energy. We talked about safety. They gave an update on the opioid settlement. I talked to Roger Houck, our state senator, and Jerry Nyer, our state rep. They both are running this year. Jerry isn't running against anybody in the primary, if I got it right, but he is in the November.
General, okay.
The general election. Roger Houck, all the state senators are running this year. All the commissioners I talked to were happy that we're not running this year. Now, one of them said, oh, I just wish I could run this year, a contentious election. Not one of them said that. So that was a big topic of discussion. There was political, discussions, but I'm not gonna get into politics.
Very good.
Okay,
Okay, George.
on the 22nd, we had a Board of Health meeting. You left that out.
Oh, I did, didn't I? Yep,
Well, I thought I'd remind you.
yep.
Well,
Well, clear over there in Stanton, it wasn't memorable.
we don't pay much attention when we go over there anyway. Just watch out for deer on the way over.
The good part, that's the donuts are really good.
That and donuts. No,
Where's this at?
there was a Board of Health meeting, but it happened to be in Stanton. So.
Right.
Donut shopping.
Just between Ithaca and Stanton, there's a lot of deer.
Here, oh yeah,
So you have to be aware.
there's a really good donut shop in Greenville, isn't it?
Well, on the way to Green, yeah, it's on the road there to go to Lakeview, but yeah. So our board president picks up donuts for us. It's very gracious of him to do that. And of course, Steve eats more than his share. I shouldn't.
Yeah. Don't talk. Start taking pictures.
But, it was a normal course of business. Nothing really earth shattering come up, except we're just still talking about the state sewer proposal. It's now in their like 15th iteration. And hopefully it'll be 16, 17, and 18, or, just keep it going. So that said, on the 28th, I went to an EAA chapter meeting. And then, that was basically it. I'd like to talk to something that I brought to my attention this week. And commissioners, if you remember a year ago, I believe it was a year ago, but we had in our commissioner's budget a line item that took care of our Christmas employee appreciation meet and that type of thing. And we decided that it could be well served if we put it over on the union side. So when we had a negotiation with our staff union, we put that into their, as a union negotiated, so it would take care of itself. Well, since then, we hired a new administrator. And you see all these things we get, that's because the man knows what he's talking about. But unfortunately, he knows more than we'd like to have him know in some. So I was just talking to staff and said, well, we're gonna have to have a potluck this year. Cause I asked about Christmas. Are you guys thinking about it? Oh yeah, we're gonna have to have a potluck. I said, what? Yeah, we're gonna have to have a potluck because that money that the commissioners so graciously put in, yes, we can't use that. Really? Well, why not? Because we can't do it without having public invited. So that's a statute. So me, not leaving any stone unturned, I went down and I said, Timothy, we have a problem. And Tim told me the statute. There it is right there. Because we can't do anything without this man knowing a statute about something. I mean, I've learned that. The short time he's been here, I know that when he says about a statute, he understands the statutes. But there's a but. I'm here to ask the commissioners, and I don't think I'll get any pushback from our administrator, that we can override that as a commission. We can say, it's all right with the Board of Commissioners if you take that money and you spend it it's called an Employee Engagement Committee. That's what it's under. And it's with the union. And I would like to see us approve that so that they can go ahead and use that money as we designed it to do and we approved it to do. So therefore, I will make a motion that will allow us for, and I don't remember the name of the union.
George, can I mention something? I thought, I knew this from a long time ago, that we couldn't use money from the county, but I thought that they were using money from the pot machine and,
No, that we decided way back when we were talking about, they changed the employee engagement committee. And they do a lot of different events and they do a lot of good things for the community. And they do a lot of, community service. They do a lot of promotions. We had donations today the staff had a Cinco de Mayo and they charged $5 for a person. And what did you donate that to, Dee?
So currently the funds bring like potlucks, like chili cook-offs that we do. We're gonna utilize, because we're under the understanding that like we can't use public funds for things not related to service to the public. So we would use funds raised from either potlucks or the chili cook-off to fund future employee events. So like for today's event.
So but last year, weren't you donating to different like baby pantry and things like that?
Yes, we had 4 specific events where we raised money
Yeah.
specifically for community things.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
I want to ask a couple of questions. How much does that dinner usually cost and how much money are you short? When when that comes about.
Yeah, so it's changed over the past 5 years based on the records. Previously, it was just under 2,000. Over the past 2 to 3 years, it's been over 2,000. And that's where we're estimating, at least 120 to 140 employees would show up, because obviously some people will be working. So we expect between 25 to 2,800 for any holiday luncheon that we might prepare.
So about 2,800. And how much were you short? How did you do it last year? Were you short money on it?
We were not short. The very first year that we operated is when we did that spaghetti thing, and that one, all the volunteers just made the food and all that, so it's about $800, give or take. But then the last two, we've had catered, which I guess used to be the norm pre-COVID. So that's why it was so, but then that 5,000 completely covers. Currently covered 800, but if we can't utilize that, then we're just gonna have a different idea. And refund everything.
So my proposal is this. I'll make a motion that, and I will do it right now. I will make a motion that we would approve what we approved to the union, $5,000 for the employee engagement committee. And that $5,000 remain in that account up to $5,000. Now, just like Dee just said, this year they only spent a little over 2,500. We're not gonna put another 25 or 5,000 on top of that. That will be the limit. They can utilize that account up to $5,000. And that'll be my motion that we go ahead and allow them to do that.
Here a second.
I'll support it, but we can legally do this, right?
I cannot support you doing this.
Okay.
I was gonna
Because
say,
it's very clear, black and white. Treasury has put out
Yeah.
any number of notices.
It's about-
This would
very
constitute an unlawful expenditure. What is the consequence for this? I don't have a clue. Anytime I've asked Treasury to intervene on something that was
Yep.
a clear violation of the Uniform Budget and Accounting Act, the response I receive is, well, that's a local matter, you resolve it. So I'm in a position to where if you approve this motion,
Yep.
as far as I'm concerned, that's my directive.
Yep.
But just understand that that's out there, that's widely circulated. Even our audit team has put together a handout talking about
That's
this.
this very thing, yeah.
the county used to pay for that. We did get into trouble. And we might talk to Yo and Yo about it. Because we cannot use public money to do that.
Correct.
But I will say this,
We've done it forever. It's best practice.
no, we haven't done it forever because. the
Well,
last few
we've
years-
done it since I've been here.
The last
Yeah,
couple of years, we,
It's a few years.
the last year that I was the undersheriff,
For, like,
when we formed the employee engagement committee. And that was the year that we, did the spaghetti dinner thing. And we as employees did all the cooking and
And
the,
this before that.
yeah.
It was the
Should
chamber.
we check with an attorney about that?
And then
If
after that.
his opinion, just put that on the floor, I'll make sure.
Oh,
2 years, because 2 or 3 years, because it's been.
we can override that, you know, and if the treasury office wants to come down and make a big deal out of it, put me in handcuffs. All right? I don't care.
We might just do that. No.
I'm not really worried about
I
it.
will say this, if this motion goes through, then I think it should go to an attorney to have.
I don't think so. I think we're on solid ground, but that's your opinion. That's good.
No, I mean, we got,
No, we already know what
that's why they put,
that's why we have Tim here. Tim was against the statute,
yeah.
right? We don't need a lawyer to tell us again when it's against the statute. We don't need to spend money on that.
Oh, they're on retainer, so.
Yeah.
Do we table it till we can talk to you and you? Or isn't it gonna matter what anybody else says? I'm just,
I would like,
Stand up.
I would like to see why.
I already told you, I think we need to do something. Our employees work hard
Yeah, I do too.
and we need to do something for it. And no offense, I got to be one of the people who cooked at the thing. That's not a very enjoyable experience. I'll just put it that way.
You know, we could buy the food unless the students.
It's not an enjoy.
After today's meeting, you'll forget all about it and life will go on. It might be a note in the audit. You know what? I've suffered through 14 years of bad audits. A footnote is not gonna bother me any.
Are you withdrawing your
That is not a
second?
problem.
No, I
Okay.
did not really miss it.
Okay, we have a motion.
I would like to see that we, part of the motion on that is to have it looked at through an attorney. And also I will say, we have there is things that we can do. We can buy the food and the commissioners cook.
We can't.
Cooking, come in.
Use public, you can't use public funds that way. It's the same thing.
Oh, no, I'm saying that we use the money that we have. I will donate $100 for example. It's not a lot, but
Okay, we better have the record roll call on this.
Local.
So your motion is to approve 5,000 for the employment engagement group to cover employee events.
That's right.
Roll call. Commissioner Gay,
Yes.
Commissioner Sapsy,
Yes.
Commissioner Bailey,
Yes.
Commissioner Bunting,
I'm gonna say no. Can we find
Commissioner
out?
Owens.
Yes,
I want to find out through the attorney first.
Move on.
next up, a resolution to support House Bills 5152 and 5153.
I so moved that we approve resolution 26424 as presented. Or
Moved by Steve, supported by George, to approve resolution 26-424 in support of House Bills 5152 and 5153. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay. Consideration to approve resolution 26-425.
I so moved that we approve resolution 26-425 as presented.
I'll second it.
Moved by Steve, supported by Jan, to approve resolution 26-425 to adopt a proposed Gratiot County zoning ordinance text agreement. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Consideration to approve resolution 26-426 to approve a commercial credit card services agreement.
This just kind of followed through with one of the things we had discussed earlier with the limits and all that stuff that we had talked about.
This would actually change the carrier of the credit card from First National Bank of Omaha, Mercantile.
Okay, all right. I so move that we approve resolution 26426 as presented.
I'll second it.
Moved by Steve, supported by Jan, to approve resolution 26-426, approve a commercial credit card services agreement. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Finance and budget matters.
You have it in front of you, there's two different reports, one are invoices from prior meeting to that are cut out for this meeting. Total for that. These are open invoices. As soon as you guys approve them tonight, we will process payment tomorrow. You're looking at total of $281,953. And you have all the detail there in front of you. The other portion of that is the check register. So there are some things that by default, with the policy that was passed, certain things, whether it's payroll related expenditures, if it's things under contract, that you've approved prior, other invoices where we can get discounts if we make timely payments. That check register is also here. That totals $825,434 for last meeting through this meeting. So combination of those is what you're looking for approval for tonight, and then we'll be good to go.
Dave really likes this check register. He likes seeing details on,
I do like how it's more detailed than before.
makes life so much easier.
I had to check in. There was some lawyers got some awful big checks. It turned out that they had grouped several cases together.
And like I mentioned, a lot of those cost reimbursed, just had to repay the monies, say will reimburse us.
He reimburses us for. I so move that we approve the finance and budget as presented in order to pay the bills, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we have to pay the bills.
Someone supporting? Support.
Moved by Steve and supported by Tim that we pay the bills. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nay. Consideration of claims. Yeah, we just did that. Okay. It confused me. Different. Finished business, I don't think we have any. Any additional public comment? Sheila.
Be quick. I just wanted to remind everybody that the MMP survey is open. So there's two of them. You should have gotten an email for one, which is for elected officials. It'll take about 10 minutes. The other one is for residents. We want it to go everywhere in those 8 counties. So if you know somebody that might have an opinion about recycling, we want to see it. So right on the front of our webpage is the link that they can go to. There's also a Heartland Facebook page, and there's a little video, and the link there, it is open until May 30th. So we want as many eyes as we can get and as much feedback as we can get, because this is the data that's going to help us build that plan.
Or are we advertising it like, so that people know that this is something new, that's a link from our county, our county website. How are we advertising it? On our Facebook page? Is it something going to be in the newspaper?
It's already being reported by WNEM.
Okay.
RRS is taking a lot of the push because this is really their survey. It's on, the county doesn't have a Facebook page anymore, but it is on the MMP one. Each of the counties are sharing it out where we can. I've also reached out to the Herald, and so Rosemary has that contact information because I wanted it to get out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we want to get it out there to.
Everywhere that we can. And it went to all clerks as well.
Okay, so are you looking at for pictures or things like that, things exactly, what is it that you're looking for on that?
It's a survey, so you're just explaining what you have and what you need and what you would like to see.
I've had my fifth phone call now where they've sent me pictures that's right next to them. And I said, I was gonna have them develop them, but I have to go to Mount Pleasant to do that. Can I send these on to you?
You can, but this program isn't going to do anything with pictures of what's going on at somebody's house. This is to write a plan for recycling, and that's going to take place. It's going to get sent to the state a year from now.
A year from now?
That's when it's due. July of 27 is when this plan is due.
But you're doing it now so you guys can consolidate all
It's
these.
going to take us till that long to get
Get
the,
everything consolidated, so it's right, the plan, the way, hopefully addressing all to the best of your ability, the people's needs and desires.
The survey just basically says,
Mhm.
we're in this, I'm in the,
Yeah.
anyway, how are you served in the area? Does your community have recycling? Just a general, just general question. It's not a big deal, only takes a few minutes.
so there's two of them for elected officials. The one,
This is what somebody just sent me. This last week. See, this is what somebody just sent me this last week. So if somebody isn't taking care of, I mean, we have a blight ordinance.
Mhm.
And they're not still, people are not doing anything.
Well, they've got the container there. so
Jan,
just not putting stuff.
community is that from?
This would be from, the person that sent it to me is from St. Louis.
So they have their own blight. Then
There's a
Again, I think
container in the.
about this.
You know,
It's gonna take their blight enforcement to get people to put the trash in the container. They got the container, it's sitting in the picture.
that's what I'm,
yeah. But this is just one of many. I've had 5 phone calls on what can people do? This is their neighbor that they're, I mean, let you look at it if you want.
but this plan is
I
to
mean, you can
create.
wait a whole year to enforce this. But meanwhile.
This is,
This isn't enforcement.
Anything.
this isn't blight. Blight is the thing that Tim talked about at our last meeting. This is the recycling, which a lot of that stuff in that picture could be recycled. But if they're, whoever that is, if they're not willing to literally pick it up off the ground and put it in the.
They have 2 bins in St. Louis, one brown one and one yellow one. Recycle
Nothing's going in either one of them.
and the other in the brown. It's
It's a household.
not that difficult.
Going in the picture.
The only thing you.
Maybe
can
it's the city,
suggest
so maybe they
City
reach
Hall.
out to the city, because this MMP is to write a plan for what it looks, what recycling looks like.
What I'm saying is this, you can write a plan and send it to them and next year, but if they're not doing it now, they're not gonna do it then either.
Jan, this is not going to go to a resident. This is the framework that the county is going to utilize for a recycling program in the future. This isn't enforcement.
We have one already in St. Louis and it's not working.
But as a county, we do not have a recycling program, and the state is telling us we have to write this plan. This is writing this plan, so this survey is a step in doing our legal mandate.
There are people who are very interested in this program.
Yeah.
I mean, I have townships that are like
Mhm.
wanting this, I know some of them have reached out.
I've pushed it.
And they should be filling out this survey.
Exactly, and they are. I mean, she's pushing them in the right direction, but I mean, there's places that want to be a collection site if we're gonna have multiple in the county, to make it as simple as possible for.
Trying to make it geologically possible
Exactly.
for them not to be 20 miles away.
Exactly.
They want to move it as close.
Somebody that lives
To
southeast of Baxter doesn't want to drive to Elma to take their
In
recycling,
other words,
can get one somewhere.
people in Ithaca do not have a recycle program in their trash. But if we could set up a container close to Ithaca that people would like to recycle, they take their recycle to that area and they can place it in all the containers that they have.
Yep.
Period. That's all this is about.
Yep. We hope.
So, get it out.
After the meeting, I'm not gonna be able to go tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Thursday, and I wanna give you back my ticket. Can you use it for someone?
I'll get it back to the chamber.
I'll bring it in tomorrow.
Okay, additional public comment.
My name's Ashley Foster. I'm with MSU Extension. And I'm the 4-H coordinator. My coworker was supposed to be here. She is with our crops education team. She had to pick up a sick kid, but you should have gotten an email from our front office staff that would be information from her about planting and what's going on within our area, especially with the heavy rains that came. We also want to invite you to an open house MSU Extension is having on June 1st.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So we got all these wonderful things.
When did this email? come?
Huh?
When did this email?
It came just this afternoon
Okay.
from Hamlin Taxi.
Thank you.
It's just an open invitation. We'll have some treats, we'll have some hands-on activities. You can talk to our Cami Paxi, P-A-K-S-I. She used to be our staff person.
Got something? Bill.
From Bill Hendricks?
Yeah.
Oh, did he send it?
Is he coming too, Bill?
He was unfortunately not able to come today. We're hoping to be actually coming.
Board, I'm on that board, but I haven't
Yeah.
been with you guys in a while.
Yeah, he is, Bill is taken on, another district also, so he's all over the place and stretched.
Ionia, right?
Well, he is District 8, so he's Gratiot, Ionia, Clinton, Montcalm,
Our state's really doing wonders. Sorry.
and he's all the way down to St. Joe's.
Yeah.
So he's.
Can I ask you too that, how is it going? I know that they're looking at selling the building in Alma.
Oh,
And so have you guys found another place yet or what are?
no, so, currently it is listed and on the market, but, we're still there. We're on
I don't
month,
think
so
they're selling because of the interest. That's what I'm hearing.
it very well could be.
It might be there for another year.
I'm not gonna complain. They haven't building, so.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, yep. So, if you want to come join us, we'll have some of our educators there, lots of information.
You did not get that email.
You did not. Well, I will get on that. You bet. Tomorrow morning, then. Let's look for that email.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yes, thank you.
Casey, did you have any of your wisdom to share with us?
Just watching today.
Okay, we didn't want to hear.
Hey, you just wanted to observe this?
Sometimes.
Oh, you're welcome. We didn't want to hear from the sheriff.
How's the sheriff doing?
We're doing great. I actually did want to go out and show you one of our new cars that we just got in today, but they went on a medical run just before I got here. So
Okay.
I'm sure that they're.
Is that another one with the fancy running boards with the lights and another silliness?
So the new cars with the YouTube we can pull up on scene is they will sync up the lights.
Sync with everybody.
We sync with everybody, so I just kind of want to show you guys what they do now and you know, they run off the world clock is how they do it. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, they'll sync up with Elma, they'll sync up with St. Louis as well. So that way you don't get blinded by all the flashing lights. They all, when they all roll up on the scene at the same time.
So like the wind turbines, they all go on and they all go off.
So it's kind of neat, new technology.
I guess with this list coming to us, since we're talking to the sheriff. According to this list, we have 13 full-time sheriff's deputy positions allotted through county funds. And then there's 2 from 416 grant, or secondary road patrol grant, which totals 15, but one of our full-time positions is allotted to the drug team.
Yes.
Magnet.
So, and that's not broken out here separately. So you are down to 14 road patrolmen then, correct?
Correct.
So wasn't the plan to try and have 4 teams of 4?
Teams before, yeah, and that's, you know, with us, we're our SRO is, you know.
That's out of that too. So you're pulling one out of there. So, I mean, that takes 3 of your teams down to 3.
Yep.
I guess, have you talked with Tim about any of your thoughts or ideas, or is there any grants on how to get it back up to
Yeah. We have
4?
Yeah,
Or,
but
because 3 limits you drastically to training opportunities, because then you're going down. people calling in sick, taking a vacation day, you go down. I mean, it becomes
A few guys around and,
it makes a.
we're creating a 3P to 3A shift to cover both
Yep.
days and nights, so.
Okay.
Yep.
Once upon a time, I know you have your sergeant's positions listed here in the jail. When I was under sheriff, there was 4 sergeant's positions on the road too. Did those just go away when they didn't fill those spots, or how did that all transfer?
Anywhere off, they should still be listed as open slots.
There was 4 sergeant spots.
We have not filled them yet.
They haven't filled any of them, but that's. So I just was going through that and that's obviously I'm familiar with this
State of
one.
the game, is there any real reason why not? You've been a sheriff now for over a year.
There is, it's Stevie knows.
Well,
He's working on it. He's getting there.
We talked about it. Yep.
I guess I was wrong. We did want to hear from the sheriff.
why I asked the question?
It's being looked at, and I think in the future, in the near future, it'll happen, you just gotta
We get there.
get the key players, the right players.
For the commissioners, how's our medical examiner working out?
Fantastic. Fantastic. We,
Good.
I was there firsthand, last Thursday, got to see it in action, and, the medical examiner was there within 20 minutes of being called by what we requested. It was not one of ours, it was from Midland County.
Mhm.
You know, so they were there within 20 minutes, and then, we assisted him on scene for it. It was on a suicide. We assisted him on scene, and then, we also used a local funeral home to do transport for us.
So that did work out and using that.
Yep, so, you know, we're able to, you know, utilize a few dollars to throw in the local economy is, you know, I guess if you wanna call it that.
Mhm.
And use, before we would have preferred come out of Flint, you know, and do a transport. This way we were able to use the local funeral home for that, so it worked out good.
Good.
As good as, you know, can be.
Yeah.
For that type of situation.
Pretty situation.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Moved by Tim, supported by George to adjourn. We're adjourned at 5:17.